Okay, this is The Herd. Wherever you may be and however you may be listening, live in Los Angeles, iHeartRadio, Fox Sports Radio, FS1. Later tonight, the Dodgers are in Milwaukee, lead the series 3-2. Red Sox are already in. Dodgers and Red Sox would be an incredible World Series at two of the most idyllic, beautiful ballparks ever created on the face of this earth, Fenway Park and Dodger Stadium. A lot of stars, potentially. Milwaukee, though, now Josh Hader is available tonight. So if it gets late and it's low-scoring, edge Milwaukee. Okay, so this is going to be a long segment with no commercial break. There's going to be a lot of stuff. We got a lot of stories, a lot of fun. Why waste any time? The Blazing 5 is brought to you by Chili's. 3 for $10 meal. Queso burger, starter, Coke, only $10. Score with Chili's. 3 for $10. I love my picks. Love them this week. I don't want to waste any time. It's time to make some money. Blazing 5.
That's a hot one. Let's blaze it up. Fire it up. It's Colin's Blazing 5. Panthers at Eagles.
Listen, this is all about the numbers. I don't bet teams, I bet numbers. The number's too rich here. Carolina's getting 4.5. They have a real running game. Now, with Cam Newton, they've always had a real running game. Yards per game, yards per rush. Vegas loved that number. They're top 6 with both. But Cam's also got 4 straight games with 2+ touchdown passes. Do you know that's the first time it's ever happened, the longest streak of his career? Norv, Turner, and Cam are working together, plus a dynamic running game, and the Eagles' defense on the back end is suspect. I'm not sure who wins, but the number's too big. How about this? Carolina upset 27-26.
Bills at Colts.
This could be the bet of the year. Indianapolis is 1-5, and you think they're terrible. They're -7.5. I think it's going to be a rout. The Colts have the best pass rush in the NFL that nobody talks about. They have 19 sacks. That's third in the NFL. You wouldn't have guessed that. And they're starting Derek Anderson at quarterback. He's 35. They just signed him 8 days ago. And he's not great. And he's been in camp 8 days, and Andrew Luck's tearing it up, and they're at home. And the Colts have been in all the games they've lost. Right now, the Bills' offense this season, you name a stat, they're last. Points, yards, third down, it doesn't matter. They're last in everything. And I like Sean McDermott and their staff, but it's a tweener year. They drafted a rookie. He's over his head. He got hurt, Derek Anderson. 35 years old, just came out, and Andrew Luck is going to rifle through this thing. The Colts can score, and their pass rush against an immobile Derek Anderson, 33-10. Colts go on to win.
Saints at Ravens.
Like it, I love it. I'll take the Ravens at home -2.5. Ravens been on the road a while. They come home. Baltimore's always good at home. By the way, number 1 defense in the league is not the Bears. It's the Ravens. But you say, Colin, the number 1 offense is the Saints. Yeah, it is. But it doesn't travel as well on the road. And Baltimore's offense is sneaky good. First of all, on defense, they're number 1 in everything. Points, yards, sacks, yards allowed, they're number 1 in everything. And it's even better at home. And the Ravens have a sneaky good offense. Third down this year, their third down offense is almost 50%. They can run the ball. They can throw it deep. Those 2 tight end rookies can play. I like Baltimore to win this game. Don't be a sucker on this. Don't fall in love with Drew Brees. They don't travel as well. Baltimore's coming home. Ravens win it 28-24.
Cowboys at Redskins.
Dallas is the tale of 2 teams. Cowboys are at home. They demolish the Jags. Cowboys on the road. They get demolished. Washington only has to give up 1.5 points. I really like Washington here. I mean, look at the numbers. Cowboys at home are 3-0. Cowboys away are 0-3. Cowboys at home average 29. Cowboys on the road average 12. Turnover differential, great at home, a mess on the road. By the way, the Redskins don't give the ball up. Second fewest giveaways in the NFL. They're good at home. They have a veteran quarterback. I told you, the next 6 weeks, Washington, look at their schedule. They'll be favored in all their home games. They're favored here. Everybody's paying attention to Dallas. Washington wins this by over a touchdown, 28-20.
Giants at Falcons.
I love this. Okay, Giants can't play. They're terrible. Giants are terrible. Yeah. Giants getting 5.5 points against an Atlanta team that's pathetic defensively. By the way, the Giants only lost to Carolina because the guy booted a 60-something yard field goal, and they had the Houston Texans beat. The Giants are all over the map, but they've proven they can go up against good teams. Houston's got a fearsome pass rush, and Carolina can play, and they gave both of them trouble. By the way, the Falcons are last in everything defensively. It's not the coach. They lost 3 starters, and they're all banged up again this weekend. And by the way, running backs who can catch, they've given up Atlanta the most running back receptions in the NFL, and Saquon Barkley leads all running backs with 40 catches this year. New York, so nice we say it twice. The Giants take the 5.5. They beat them outright, 24-23. Blaze and Fry brought to you by Chili's. 3 for $10 deal. Get a starter, an entree, and a Coke, $10. Queso burger, mushroom jack fajitas, starter, Coke, $10. Chili's, you are awesome. Now, story time. Bill Belichick broke into this league being a coordinator. He was a coordinator for the Giants, and the Giants' best player was Lawrence Taylor. Lawrence Taylor's the best defensive player in league history. And Belichick used to call him Superman. Belichick doesn't give anybody compliments. He used to call him Superman. And so now Belichick this weekend's taking on Khalil Mack of the Bears. Everybody's like, Khalil Mack's just as good as Lawrence Taylor. And somebody asked Bill Belichick about Khalil Mack this week as he gets ready to face Khalil Mack of the Bears.
Bill, you've seen a lot of good pass rushers with Lawrence Taylor versus like this. Mack sort of rank up there.
No, wait a minute. We're talking about Lawrence Taylor now. Yeah, I'm not putting anybody in Lawrence Taylor's class. So you put everybody down below that. That's with a lot of respect, a lot of good players now, but we're talking about Lawrence Taylor.
I'm going to show you about 45 seconds of video of Lawrence Taylor. And for those on radio that can't see it, he is treating pro athletes like rag dolls. He's grabbing 230-pound men and throwing them all over the field. Lawrence Taylor was Mike Tyson in his early 20s. Other pro athletes were afraid of him. Lawrence Taylor won an MVP in Joe Montana's prime, in Dan Marino's prime, in John Elway's prime. Lawrence Taylor won an MVP. Khalil Mack is good, but Brock Osweiler had his best game as a pro last week against Khalil Mack. Here's Brian Cox talking about, when he worked with the Patriots, what Bill Belichick and Parcells said about Lawrence Taylor.
Bill Parcells told me a while back that secondly, Belichick and Parcells told me that Lawrence Taylor was the only guy that they ever allowed to sleep in a meeting. That's how good LT was, and that's what he means to them.
Now, I want you to think about this. Khalil Mack is great. In a passing league, Khalil Mack had 4 sacks as a rookie. In a passing league. When Lawrence Taylor broke into the league, it was a running league. There were teams that would throw 18 times, 20 times a game. He had over double that. He had 9.5 sacks. He won an MVP in the prime of Joe Montana, in the prime of Jerry Rice. I want to bring on somebody who faced Lawrence Taylor, the great Eric Dickerson, who, it should be noted, in the year that Lawrence Taylor won the MVP, you got a lot of votes, did you not?
Yes, I did.
How many votes did you get?
I don't know. I know I had 1,821 yards and 14 touchdowns.
You were second.
Yes, I had a good year. I had a great year.
So I want to. Is this the voting right here? Here's the 86 voting for MVP. You were second. Dan Marino third. John Elway. Look at that. Walter Payton. Okay, so you played against Lawrence Taylor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did.
Why don't you tell us the story?
Well, it's my rookie season, and they tell me, they say, Eric, we gotta play. Well, we're gonna ask you to block Lawrence Taylor. Now you gotta think I'm a rookie. This is my first NFL game. It's a season opening, the Giants in New York, and I said, block him. What you mean block him? And Bruce Snyder said, well, just get his hands down. But I ain't got to block him now. He said, no, just get his hands down. I'm like, okay. So sure enough, as the game starts, he's cursing me out. You rookie, you punk, you don't get no 100 yards. So I'm having a pretty good day.
Yeah.
As the game goes on, I still call it the play. The play's coming. So it's a play where Mike Barber's going to, cut inside, and we're going to let LT come free. So let him come free, and I cut him, and I cut him good. So as I'm walking back to the huddle, he grabs me by the arm. He said, hey, I can't say what he said. Hey, bleep, 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 bleep. Don't you bleep and cut me. I'm like, cool, okay. I leave the field. I go to the sideline. And I'm just standing over there. And, we got the first down. They're like, where's the running back? Eric. I'm like, nope, not going back. Not going back. He said, he started laughing. But I said, that man said he going to kill me out there. I said, I said, I said, nope, not now. I said, I'll wait a few plays and I'll go back. And so finally I go back into the game. And after the game, I couldn't wait till the game to end so I could apologize to him. You know, because that's Lawrence Taylor. So after the game, I say, Mr. Taylor, I just want to apologize, man. He said, man, don't cut me. I said, man, I'm sorry, man. He said, man, I'm just joking. I said, man, don't do me like that, man. I said, I didn't want that play. But let me tell you something. When you played against Lawrence Taylor, he was the X factor in a football game. He changed the way offensive linemen got in their stance. Did you remember the linemen used to get in the three-point stance?
That's right.
He changed the way they couldn't get out of their stance fast enough, so they started putting their hands on their knees so they could get up.
I didn't know that.
Yes, he changed that whole deal because that's how fast he was on the corners.
Well, the story I've always heard that Belickick, Teddy Bruschi's talked about this. Belickick used to come into meetings in New England, and he would put in Lawrence Taylor video, and he would say, just do that. It will win if – and Teddy was a hell of a player.
Yeah, he was Lawrence Taylor.
Just do that.
Oh, yeah, let me tell you something. He was just that good. He really was. And, you know, the thing is he could talk you down. I mean, make you like talk you down. Now, you know, I'm a rookie, so I'm a little nervous that year. But after that, you know, I got used to him talking, and I would talk back to him too. So I said, "Shut up," you know.
By the way, I do want to segue to this. In Jared Goff's first game on Thursday Night Football, he played the Seahawks, and he got crushed, and we bailed on him. And now we know Jared Goff's good. I watched Josh Rosen last night, and the line's terrible. They just fired their offensive coordinator. And he reminds me, this was Jared Goff's first Thursday night game. Remember that hit?
Yes, I do remember that.
And we all said he was a bum. I got to tell you something. You watch Rosen last night, you do realize that both Goff and Rosen, Pac-12, came from some money, not overly mobile, throw a beautiful football. I'm not saying Rosen's going to be Goff, but I'm reading last night what people are saying. I think Rosen can play.
Oh, man, Rosen to me possibly should have been the number one pick. I don't think he would fit in Cleveland. I think they have the right guy in Cleveland, and Baker
Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield, but most definitely he can throw the football. He has a beautiful pass. I mean, I talked to my buddy Roy Green in Arizona when I went to the draft, and I said, "How's he looking in camp?" He said, "Eric, man, he can throw the football." He said, "He's our future."
By the way, you have a cousin.
He's a tight end, Ricky Seals-Jones.
Yeah, he's great. He's a great player. He's your cousin.
He's my cousin. He likes him, too. I mean, this kid can throw the football. You know, it's funny how you can get away from a player and he's a bust. But, look, Jared Goff may be in the same situation if we had our same offensive coordinator and our same head coach, Jeff Fisher. But, you know, Sean McVay has done a great job of coaching this young man. It just shows the difference. When you have the coaching, it changes everything because quarterbacks have to have the coaching.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like the NBA where I can get mine, regardless of coaching. No. LeBron's gone through a lot of coaches. Magic was good with or without Phil Jackson. For the quarterback position, bad coach equals bad outcome.
Bad. A good example I can say is Jeff George. And Jeff was a great teammate, had a great arm, had a great feel of the game, but the coaching, he just didn't have the offensive coordinator. Had no one to coach him how to play that position.
By the way, Andrew Luck had Bruce Arians his first couple of years. Look at his numbers. Arians leaves, Luck gets slaughtered. Frank Wright comes back in, and Luck's having his great year. Same guy. In fact, I'd argue he's not as healthy now as he was 3 years ago. Coaching's everything. Eric, good seeing you.
Good seeing you.
On a Friday. Some thoughts about LeBron last night. It's interesting how fans don't like the move to Los Angeles, but I think fans are being hypocrites on this with LeBron. I'll talk about that coming up. Listen, there are smart ways to do things, even in sports, and there's not so smart ways. If you're Hail Mary on the final play of the game, if you trail by 5 is smart. Kicking a field goal down by 5 is not smart at the end of the game. It's the same with hiring. ZipRecruiter. There's a lot of job sites that overwhelm you with resumes and the wrong ones, not smart. But ZipRecruiter's powerful matching technology scans thousands, tens of thousands of resumes. They're going to find somebody that has the education and the skill and the experience for the job you need to fill, and then ZipRecruiter actively invites them to apply. So you get a candidate who's qualified and quickly. It's rated #1 by employers in the U.S. Right now, my listeners can try it for free. Do it right now. ZipRecruiter.com/HERD. It's the smartest way to hire with new, powerful matching technology. That is ZipRecruiter.com/HERD today. You want the right skill, education, experience. You want it quickly. ZipRecruiter.com.
Panthers, Eagles, or Vikings, Jets. Sunday on Fox, and watch anywhere on the Fox Sports app.
You should let a wall like that intimidate you.